Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have a 2013 Dodge Avenger with the 4-cylinder engine in it. Today I'm changing the alternator. Purchased at Napa, just a regular reman alternator. So this job initially I thought was going to be pretty straightforward. However, engineers gave us a nice little present here. They gave us this wonderful bracket that we have here, and it actually goes down in here like so, with then attaching the power steering pump on top of that. So obviously you can see once you get it down in there, oh look, not too much room, and surprise, there's like 2 bolts that go up and in behind there. You can barely see where this actually attaches down into. Let me pull this out, actually, I'll show you. So those bolts actually go into those spots right down there, down in here. Okay, and the plus side is that, if there is a plus side, they're super long. So you gotta, so that if you can tell, like, so you gotta like get your ratchet all the way down back in there, and then screw it all the way out. So it's an intermediate task. I don't recommend this for the novice. So if you have no experience in mechanics, I don't recommend taking on this job. I mean, unless you're that confident. So starting off though, you have your battery. So you have always direct power. So to be precautionary, you might have direct power to your alternator. So here you're going to want to let me get my flashlight. Sorry about that. Under the driver's side, front fender, so the driver's side of the Avenger, front fender is the location of the battery. That battery just took a dump, so it was actually leaking its acid and stuff, so I don't recommend this brand. Not really a fan of Duralast either. Oops, here we go. Don't need that falling. Okay, so we have our Optima. I installed an Optima battery I had for my Camaro. Pretty straightforward. Just I want to point out is that when you get in here, even if your battery is not bad, you'll want to come in here and remove that positive terminal off. So you remove power to the vehicle, so that when you take off your alternator, you're not going to zap yourself or anything. Which I don't think it's hot, but just a precaution. So needless to say, I'm going to install the new alternator, which would go something like this. Whoops. It's hard to do this one-handed. So your alternator is going to go something like that. Okay, belt, so forth. Now we're just going to let that lay there. Then you're going to want to install this bracket here. So we'll install the bracket back into its location, which is something like that, and then you take a power steering pump and put it back on top of here, and then just put your idler pulleys back on, and then your serpentine belt. Make sure you take a picture of the serpentine belt routing, and or they used to on the older cars, they used to have an actual schematic on somewhere located. Also, just as a top tip, if there is one, as you probably saw in my file here, this was kind of hard coming out, so I'm going to actually file these bits down just so it makes it smoother and easier for me to install at this location and this location. As you can see that they are bushed, but it was kind of hard coming out, and as you can see, I kind of chipped the plastic here on the plenum. So I'm going to smooth that out as well. But yeah, pretty straightforward. So going into this, you need to know that you need to have intermediate skills. You're going to have to take off the power steering pump, 3 bolts, then your 2 idler pulleys, then this assembly. There's a bolt that goes here, yeah, because your idler pulley goes on this one, then your bolt actually goes here, coming off of this part right there, and then your 2 bolts in the back that holds that. Pull that out, then your alternator bolt connected there and then there. Also interesting about the alternator, I should have been prepared. Oh yeah. So kind of interesting, you see how the alternator is spaced? The bolt is actually going to sit in this groove here, okay? And there's also this piece here that's going to kind of go, if I can do this correctly. So once the bolt goes in, like so, bolt this way, this is actually going to catch. So you're going to want to, it's going to be kind of tricky. So this thing's going to kind of act as a stop for the stud. That's pretty much it to be explained. I hope it wasn't too fast. Just if it was, go back and look at the video or watch it again, or just message or comments are allowed. And then once everything's done and all buttoned back up, don't forget to come back over here to your battery, install the top post, the positive post, and then your inner fender well. Put it all back together and put your tire back on. Okay, and then do your star pattern, tighten it down, put on the jack, let the jack down, and then tighten them up, torque them down correctly. So, all right. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments.